I'm a lost soul, squandering in the deep, trying to keep up with all the hustle and bustle and rustling. I'm barely breathing, but still I have to sing, cause every song has a story to be told, and I'm still not old. Alhamdulillah. I was born in '92 in a little town called Chertsey. A Google search will make you see. It's only on the map because it's close to Thorpe Park, but sometimes I wish I had an ark to just float and wait and watch the world dissipate, and I swear, I'm barely breathing. So I spent a few years in London, chilling on the streets, hanging on the hood. Though I was only 5, so I never understood. Everything used to be just perfect. Not a care in the world, every second so worth it. But circumstances change in a world so deranged, and after years, I'm still a lost soul. I'm still an outsider. You see, I've tried to go back to my roots, but in Pakistan, no one gives a hoot about me because my Urdu sounds like English. In England, I'm American. Heck, most guys think I'm way too feminine. That was a bit delayed, but okay. So this quarter-life crisis continues. I'm too brown to be white, too Arab to be brown, but who knows, I might be black, let that be the new talk of the town. But we're all on a path of guidance. Some strive for the wealth and others in pure alliance, but don't deny this, and claim to be spiritually enlightened when your touch is as cursed as Midas. So I might be having an ID crisis, but the reason I've been talking about my life is, because this crisis is a blessing and one in disguise, because when I open my eyes and surmise, I'm actually proud to be a Muslim. And that's more than just a label. It's better than primetime cable. It finally makes me able to feel like I belong, just as long as I testify that there's no God but God, and that Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wasallam is his final prophet, and you can't stop it just by making a film or drawing a cartoon. Our love won't die so soon. The man who split the moon with God's will. And now I can finally take a breath. Because tonight I'm not American, not British, not Pakistani, I'm not Asian. I'm Malaysian, I'm Indonesian, I'm English, I'm Caucasian. In times like these, I'm Sudanese, I'm like a differential equation. Any engineers out there? No, no one knows what I'm talking? Sri Lankan, Bengali, Egyptian and proud. Syrian, Mauritian, Maldivian, no doubt. Lebanese, Jordanian, Saudi or Cuban. The lines on the map are all man-made, get over it, we're all human. Now don't get me wrong, I've got nothing against loving scones and tea, got nothing against looking like a disco ball at weddings, or watching Shehroze Khan films. You know, culture can be great, can be fantastic. Heck, if Pakistan won a game of football, I'd be busting out the bhangra right now. Doesn't always happen, that's why I prefer to watch cricket. We still flop at cricket, that's why I don't dance. But I no longer want the world to dissipate, but rather to create a sanctuary for people like you and me to just do some good. I call myself Muslim, and whether you're Christian, Hindu, Jewish or atheist, secularist, Islamist, pluralist or humanist, libertarian, Aryan, utilitarian or not, my arms are wide open, even if you think I've lost the plot. This isn't about popularity, but rather I say with clarity that this new generation can change the world for good. Because injustice? Ain't nobody got time for that. Now what a shame it is when even one Muslim's actions lead to despair. The faith I follow commands justice, whether it's against yourself, your kin or your pair. The best of you is those who's best to everyone, everywhere, and whether or not you care. Our Prophet commanded the good and forbade what's unfair. Like how we treat our air. We all live on one planet. United, every one of us has to man it and prioritize its protection, or else we'll be doomed to catastrophic natural selection. All we have to do is care for our own section and green up our communities, turning climate change to climate correction. Another thing we all have in common. Are there any mothers over here? Yeah. Come on, I'm sure there's more mothers. Yeah. Okay. How many people love their mothers? Yeah. Okay, I thought that would be more, but okay. Someone's got explaining to do. Every one of us was born to a woman who sacrificed more than we'll ever know. The The fact that 800 mothers die with child every day should shake us to our bones. But there's no sense of remorse when we treat our mothers like dogs. No, we treat them even worse, and we start to curse at them, even though to us they gave birth and then nourished us when we were too weak to hold up our own head, and crying all night we kept them from their beds, and we couldn't even clean ourselves without their help. Have no doubt, if heaven it is what you seek, then no place is more deserving than at our mother's feet. And what about those who chose to live on £1 a day? One small sacrifice for us, one giant leap in the way we think of the 1.2 billion people living below the line. Check any survey. Let's change the way we think of poverty and come up with an array of sustainable solutions, educating nations to lead themselves out of dismay. I pray that those who rose to the challenge and chose to scavenge below the line knows that those 1.2 billion people are the real heroes. I started with a journey, and I'm going to end with a destination. Peace, justice, no more poverty, no more desecration. Help when none is needed, impeccable character, rights for all those upholding their preservation. Consciousness and activism molded in the fabric of the global population. And ultimately, Jannah, heaven. The utopian, antonymic, dystopian, Karl Marxist opium last stop on the station. So here's a call to station ourselves amongst those leading the global eradication of man-made atrocities, changing our actions to better all of creation. Check out organizations like Made in Europe, who take these values as their fixation. After all, with personal change, Allah will change the condition of our nation. Thank you very much.